Hey everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid, just going to dive into Bitcoin, big CoinsKid group. So I've always said that I think that altcoins are just a way of making more Bitcoin, to be honest with you. I think a lot of them are. Some are really good, like Ethereum, Cardano, Chainlink, XRP, some of them blue chips. I think they're going to be around for a very long time, to be honest with you. But a lot of the low caps, these low caps sort of potential scams are just ways of making more Bitcoin, ways of making more money in the space without putting more money in the space. Do you understand? So I think there's some degen plays to be had here, and I think we're looking at some meme coins and some particular altcoins we're looking at as well. So, but I do cover Bitcoin every day for you because obviously it's the health of the market, and this is something I've always said to you. So if Bitcoin's looking healthy and looking like it's got upside in front of it, then a lot of the meme coins and the lowered cap altcoins are the play. So I do post those on Twitter. I've been posting quite a few little setups right now, looking at certain meme coins and things like that, so going forward, hopefully if we can find Bitcoin moving up the stairs, then the meme coins will follow. But please remember, nothing I say is financial advice. Meme coins are very volatile. They call them scam coins, shit coins, because pretty much they are. They're just ways to make quick amount of money in a short amount of time. If you can ride it from the bottom to the top, fantastic. And people have made a lot of money. For example, I think it was Pepe coin got released literally about a month ago, I think it was, and someone put $27 in and cashed out 4 million. So it's ridiculous. I think those things are coming again. We've seen it in 2017. We've seen it on this impulse. We've seen it on this impulse. So many low cap coins absolutely took off in space there. I remember all this well, leading into 2017 as well. There was so many altcoins and meme coins around about this area when Bitcoin went parabolic. Same here, and right now we're on the cusp of it here. We're already getting the sort of fruits sort of coming through, aren't we, of those little low cap meme coins and scammy altcoins that are just popping from nowhere for no reason, and this is the sort of market showing the signs right now. So anyway, I do think Bitcoin's bullish, providing you can continue doing what you're doing. It's staying above this thick yellow line. So at the minute, as anticipated, Bitcoin is having a bounce. We're looking at some upside this week as anticipated. I'll show you the resistance zones in a minute, but so far so good. If we can continue to see Bitcoin holding this thick yellow line, then Bitcoin is bullish, and there's no doubt about it. So until we start to flash red again, I'm steering more towards upside for Bitcoin. So again, looking at these charts in hindsight, it teaches you one thing, and I'm always learning, and anything I learn I always relay to you. I think looking at this chart gives the game away that was your top of that cycle. So for me, I think what we've got, and so much confidence in this charts and other charts as well, from this bottom here we had a macro wave 1, ABC zigzag correction wave 2, macro wave 3, ABC a regular correction wave 4, which bottomed there potentially. And right now we're looking at the follow through, and a final fifth wave here. And this is something I've been looking at for a very long time. So until we flash red, like we did there, like we did here, then I think Bitcoin's looking for continuation. Flashing red right there was the indication that he was coming in for some ABC correction. I got lucky in the sense that I did call another all-time high. I hold my hands up, I did, because I was looking for an all-time high after this correction coming back down to 28k, which we nailed at an absolute boss. We rode that up. Two beautiful 1618 targets right there, but boom, all it was an ABC correction and a regular high that made a B wave high, and right now this chart's giving the game away, because at that point that was an A, that was a B, and you've been in a C, and right now we're looking to come up, aren't we? So just here we've got some kind of ABC, just here we've got some kind of ABC. You can see here as well, ABC correction, bottomed out, double bottom, see you later. Once you flash green here and stayed above the thick yellow line for multiple weeks, there was no holding back. Same there. So right now I'm looking at some kind of big move here, providing we can remain above this thick yellow line for Bitcoin. It really is that simple. As soon as we flash red, start to go red here, we've got some kind of ABC from here at this point. But until then, I'm looking at projection to the upside, providing Bitcoin can hold this support and this correction and this retracement that's going through right now. So this particular indicator is an amazing indicator. It's called, let me show you right now. So this indicator is called 21 EMA Bull Bear Market by TR. So drop it into your charts. I know a lot of people are struggling to find it. Hopefully you can find it. It's an amazing indicator. I did show it to you the whole way down here, that once we flash green on here, hold its support for a long period of time, we're building up the probability that we have bottomed, and right now we're looking bullish to come upstairs. So the minute we do something like that, flash red, I'll be projecting some kind of ABC correction at that point, because you're losing the structure of the weekly 20 EMA and the 21 week EMA as well, which signifies to me that you're coming in for your correction. Just there, I should have been looking at the charts, but obviously I'm learning all the time, and I always say this to you, full transparency, at this point I was looking at some kind of ABC correction being in there, and then this final fifth wave. But I think what we've got is an ABC that bottomed there, and we've got the final fifth wave here for Bitcoin. And this is going to come up, make an all-time high, potentially before the halving, and it's just going to absolutely catch everybody off guard. So again, nothing I say is financial advice. Let's dive into Bitcoin right now. So looking at a DXY and Bitcoin at the moment, it's still inversely correlated. What we're looking for is a change of the trend. At the moment, the trend, like I've always said to you, the trend is your friend. Break the trend, make a new friend. And at the moment, for the DXY, we've got this massive move here whilst we've been in this big correction for Bitcoin. And right now, the trend is showing us that Bitcoin is coming up and holding the thick yellow line, and the DXY is holding the thick yellow line as resistance. So what we're looking for is some kind of toppy pattern on Bitcoin, some kind of lower high, on the macro, and some kind of higher low for the DXY. And at the moment, we've not necessarily got that, have we? So we're looking for something like this where we bust move, start to flash green. It will be quite worrying for Bitcoin, as you can clearly see on that cycle top just there. This is where we started to flash green. It was a major warning shot for Bitcoin that the top was in. Okay, so just there you can clearly see we began that correction at that point. A lot of confluence in the charts here because the DXY was showing us it was reversing essentially. Okay, so top just there for Bitcoin, bottom just there for the DXY. So until we start to sort of print the same signals as we did down there, I'm still looking for this projection to the upside, okay, for Bitcoin. So the minute this starts to get back above and starts to go green, and you got some bottoming out pattern down here, some kind of bullish divergence or whatever, providing we can not see that anytime soon, then Bitcoin is looking at upside here, okay. And the minute it doesn't, I will show you. And it really is that simple. But you can do this yourself. The links are in each and every single video description, trading view, the charts, how to set it all up and things like that, and I always educate you as best as I can. But so far so good. We was anticipating this big move for Bitcoin and the crypto markets, and so far so good, we are getting it. So I think that providing we can hold this support in this correction, and we do see the DXY run into this resistance zone right there and drop again, I think this next leg here, if this does drop, will absolutely send Bitcoin up into space with the potential to break that resistance just there, because it's a very similar situation as we got here. You got this massive move for Bitcoin, and you can clearly see at this point here, when we start to come back down, we put in this massive correction for the DXY, which come down double bottomed, and in the process, okay, we got this sort of V-shaped recovery for Bitcoin getting back above. Now as I hover on the bottom, you can clearly see the top on the DXY where we were. The minute we started to flash red, we're coming up for Bitcoin like that, and then boom, we sort of top it here. We've got some kind of big rising wedge, and we couldn't really go any further for Bitcoin after this massive move and downtrend for the DXY. It's once we started to sort of flash red here for Bitcoin and this started to flash green that the reversal was in, and it was a major warning sign that Bitcoin was cooked, okay. And that was data that I should not have ignored, to be honest with you, and I did, to be honest with you, because I wasn't even looking at it. But anyway, aside from that, it's all a learning curve, and I'm constantly learning. Anything I find, I'm always relaying to you, okay. So let's dive into Bitcoin on the daily time frame, see what we can see right now. So looking at Bitcoin on the daily time frame, then I think in a minute I'm still targeting the 1618. There is obviously a possibility that we're putting a perfect ABC on the 1414 there. We've got the A, we've got the B, and right now we're loaded a C wave on the 1414 fib, and we're looking tasty, and right now we're looking to come up. Now we have got a bounce as expected, okay. People down here, like I said to you, don't short support. I know a lot of people are shorting down there. That's wrong, okay. You short resistance and you long support, basically. That's how it all works. So that's why I went long at this point. I did get stopped out on that scam wick as well, but I did go long over the weekend, riding this back up, and it's looking pretty tasty into this resistance right here, okay, because you've melted through all this resistance without back testing this support, without back testing this resistance. So right now I'm looking at a little bit of confidence in the charts, upper charts, not just Bitcoin, that we might have some kind of another final drop towards 1618 down there and be an absolute sweet spot for you, okay. The 1618 at 25262, which equally is the weekly 20 EMA right there, a little bit below, as long as we hold that support going forward. What I'm looking at over the next couple of weeks is possibly this week some kind of retracement, consolidation, drop, okay, and then next week we begin to come back up the stairs towards the end of the month right there. So we've got 2 weeks before the monthly close. Now the monthly close is really important here for Bitcoin, that we see a close above this yellow line. You see this thin yellow line? That current level of support, let me drop that back out, that current level of support sits at 27723. We need to see Bitcoin stay above that if we want to remain bullish here for Bitcoin. If we start to close and lose that key level support, for me, that's quite a negative statement. It could be foretelling of a correction, or some kind of macro ABC or whatever coming back for Bitcoin. So we need to see Bitcoin in 16 days time holding 27723. Now what do I anticipate? Well, what I'm looking at is confluence in the charts right now, other charts, not just Bitcoin. I think we're going through an ABC at the moment, okay. So we've got a perfect ABC that possibly found support on the 1414. I know, the fact that we've come down there and we've got this wick, everyone's getting really bullish, but we do usually see wicks recovered. So I think that what we're going to do, possibly, I'm trying to find all the moves for you. I think we've got a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. And we've got the perfect 5 waves within the C wave of an ABC correction right there that will bottom on the 1618, start to consolidate, come up and close above that key level of support that we're looking at for Bitcoin on the monthly time frame. Okay, so again, nothing to say is financial advice, everything is for educational and entertainment purposes only, but just if you remember, we're putting a perfect irregular ABC correction, double tap this neckline as support, and this is an area we were putting bids in and we rode it up like an absolute boss. And I remember all the pessimism and the depression and the bearishness there as well. Okay, so right now that was a beautiful 1414 ABC. Okay, ABC, this is something we're looking at way back there from late January into March, wasn't it? ABC correction, came back down, married the 1414, didn't quite get to the 1618 and then bolted. So there is a possibility off that 1414, like we've got just here as well, that the correction is in, but the confirmation of that will be if Bitcoin starts to bust a move here, takes out the B wave high. I think, okay, we've got the confirmation, the ABC correction's in right there. And once we take out that zero fib at 30025, you could just go long with your life savings. Only joking, not your life savings, don't be a degen, because you're looking at massive impulsive move. Because in my opinion, the next leg up after this correction is a wave 3, and I've gone through this with you, and it's very, very powerful wave. So anyway, aside from that, we're just trying to find the bottom of the correction at the minute. I think the confluence in the DXY and Cardano as well is in a big head and shoulders pattern. I don't necessarily think that this correction's done for Bitcoin basically, and I'm looking at something like this as a possibility in the C wave. 2, 3, like I said to you, 4 into resistance, and then final 5th wave drop. Next week we should theoretically bottom by sort of next Monday effectively. So this week I'm looking at some kind of consolidation here and then another drop towards that 1618, and I think that could be the perfect little entry point for you. 1618 ABC, see you later. Okay, and we're looking at a massive impulsive move for the remainder of the year right there for Bitcoin. And again, it is all about support. We need to see Bitcoin closing above that support on the monthly. Now, to invalidate this scenario that I'm looking at right now, there are 2 options obviously. Lose a 20, lose a 1618, start to close down here is bearish, and right now breaking above a 0 fib from this point will confirm that the 1414 was the bottom of the ABC right there for Bitcoin. Okay, hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice, everything is for educational and entertainment purposes only. But if we start to sort of consolidate here, under this 20 EMA on a daily as well, I would be a bit more inclined to go short at this point and then start to ride it down towards 1618. Okay, hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care everyone, bye bye.